So I just got to the barn and it's like pretty consistently raining outside right now. It's not like monsoon rain or anything, but I'm still gonna go ride, and I almost forgot that the outdoor arena it's like a covered arena is closed right now because they have barrel races tonight. So they're like tilling it and getting it all ready for the barrel racing event. But we're still gonna ride, and I'm from Oregon, and because I'm from Oregon, I grew up riding out in the rain all year long, and the rain never stops me from riding. So we're gonna go ride out in the round pen and just probably ride for like half an hour or so, and it's just kind of like a little drizzle, so we're still gonna get out there and get some exercise. So here's Gemini. Are you ready? Are you ready? Hi Ghost, how you doing? Are you ready, Gemini? Yeah, let's go ride and have some fun. Let's do it. Let's ride in the rain. He's like, I don't know about this, Mom. He's all ready to go, and I have decided to ride Western today because this guy, yeah, he hasn't been ridden in about a week, and I figured riding Western was a little bit of a safer bet. Plus it's raining out, so he might be a little bit fresh. Someone is feeling extra cuddly today. He's always been a super people-friendly horse, but today he just wants extra lovin's. Yeah, you do miss me. I know, I missed you too. I've been thinking about you all week. Good boy. All right, let's go. All right, you guys, so here we are out in the round pen. Now, this is our third time working in this round pen at the new facility that we board at. It's a really cool place because there's a lot of different places where you can ride. But Gemini and I are still getting accustomed to this whole new place after having moved over 1,600 miles away from home. So it's an adjustment, but I was really happy with how relaxed he was during this ride, and we were planning on working on getting him relaxed during this ride, collection, and also canter work. So when I talk about collection, it's basically putting your horse in a more athletic frame and helping to shift a large percentage of the weight that they carry on their forehand or the front half of their body towards their hind end, so they push up underneath themselves. They travel in a more balanced, collected athletic frame. It helps them stay sounder for longer. It feels nicer to ride, and it also helps your horse achieve a lot more. They're capable to do a lot more when they are collected in that frame. So all that I'm doing when I'm asking for collection, and every horse can be trained to collect differently. I have trained Gemini to collect when I squeeze on both reins, both my ring fingers and my pinky fingers, and I ask him to soften in the bit, and then I'm also at the same time squeezing with both calves to encourage him to have more impulsion and push up underneath himself. If he doesn't soften and he's just kind of leaning against me, then I ask him to halt and back up and back off of that. But right there, like, he's collecting really nicely. I feel like he's using himself better, so I asked him to walk. Also, circles can be really good for getting your horse to naturally collect because they have to be really flexible with their body. And then here we are going the other direction. There's some rocks right there, like some gravel that's underneath of the sand, so that's why he kind of looks a little bit like he's tippy-toeing over there, because it's a little bit rocky because he's not shod. And then I ask him to halt because I wanted to give him a little reward break and make sure to praise your horse. He was being such a good boy on this day, and we were happy that the rain stopped too. And then I was like, we're gonna do some canter work. Now, as you'll see in this clip, Gemini goes into the canter for a few strides and then he tries to break down to trot. The reason for that is because he's not really used to cantering in a smaller space like this, and he has difficulty staying in gait. In this smaller round pen, it's not extremely small, but that's kind of what you're seeing. So I was like, okay, we're going to go back to walk. I'm going to get you balanced again, a little bit more collected, and then I'll ask you to canter again, because I didn't want him to think that I was just going to keep, pushing him and pushing him and pushing him. I want him to stay collected before I asked for the canter again. So here we are, and he does a few strides, and then he goes back to trot, and then he goes a few strides, and then he tries to go back to trot. So I was just pushing him forward with both my seat and my leg, encouraging him that he can do it. Sometimes horses just need us to have them trust us and themselves and They just sometimes have to figure things out and learn that they are capable. And then I said, all right, let's back up a little bit because you're kind of doing your own thing in your mind. I want you to focus on me. Right there, my right foot hit the corral panel. It got kind of stuck on it and it made a loud noise, so that was why he spooked. So I pulled him into a one-rein stop, waited till he stopped, and then I yielded his hindquarters over. My foot is okay, by the way. And then I decided to just kind of let him relax a little bit on a loose rein, just to stretch out and just kind of come back to me because he felt like he was getting worked up. Then we went the other way, and this is the direction he travels much better in. And so you'll notice, like right there, his canter actually got pretty slow and it felt really good. And I was just having to use a little bit more leg than I usually do in this smaller space. But he did figure it out, which it was really cool to see him like progress over time. I was working on making sure that he was somewhat collected before I asked for the canter because I don't want him to think that he can just be all hollow and then just give me kind of a crummy transition into canter. I want him nice and relaxed and collected before I asked for it. So then we're doing a circle here and you can see him stretch down a little bit and just soften a bit more, which is what I want to see. When a horse lowers their head, it's a good sign to show that they are relaxed and comfortable in their environment. A high hollow head means that they are, or a high head and a hollow back means that they are tense and usually nervous because they are prey animals. And then here he is doing some big stretchies. I love to see him relaxing and stretching into a circle. It's really great to see. In the past, when I would just do even a little bit of some canter work with him during a ride, he would get all worked up and keep anticipating that I want him to canter. So that was a nice transition into the canter. He was staying at the canter too. That looked really good and collected. And I was like, yay, he's staying with me. And then I asked him to trot. Ask again here. That was probably the quickest transition into the canter I've seen yet from him, and that was really great. And I'm exaggerating my seat a little bit more than I probably should to keep him forward. I kind of need to work on seeing a little bit more quietly. But it's hard when you're riding a horse that keeps going to the trot because you want to just automatically like push him forward with your seat. He was doing really good though, and this is always his strong side. Asked him for trot again, and I was really happy with that. And you'll notice I always trot my horse a circle or two or sometimes 3 after because I don't want my horse to get into the habit of thinking every time when I'm done cantering that I'm just gonna halt him or just walk him really slow, because then the horses start to anticipate and you'll literally be riding a horse that every time when you're done cantering they will just do a dead stop. And it can be really jarring and also very dangerous too if you have a horse that gets into the habit of that. So always trot them a little bit after you're done with your canter. And then here we are going the direction he struggles in more, and we were still struggling going this way, but it did get better over time. And see, that was pretty nice. I felt like he was with me right there. And I asked him to trot because he was good. His head's a little bit high there, and you can see he's kind of alert. And then right here, he breaks down, but then I push him forward, and then that felt good. And I was like, yeah, you're staying with me. Good job, good job. And see, he's still staying at the canter. That was really nice. And then I said, all right, trot. And you always want to praise your horse, so you can't hear me, but I'm saying, good boy, and I'm always talking to him and saying, like, easy. He's a very voice-trained horse, so all those different words mean different things to him, and he can tell by the tone of my voice and my energy. And look how beautiful he is stretching down and relaxing. Look at that. Happy boy. And I let him walk because I wanted to give him that reward. And then I decided to hop off because he was doing great and I wanted to end on a positive note, and he got lots of praise after because he was doing such a good boy. And then we were done with our ride. Oh my goodness, you guys, I am so tired. That was a lot of cantering, but I had fun, and I was mainly working on getting him to be in a more collected frame where he was breaking at his pole, relaxing his neck, dropping his head, utilizing his hind end a bit more before I asked him for the canter departure. And today he really wanted to trot super fast and then canter, so we had to work on that. But I definitely got a few good laps of canter around where I felt like he was really with me, and he did a good job. And I'm just so impressed with how he remembers all the collection work that we did back when we lived in Wyoming, because it's been a while since I've worked on it. But he's so smart, and look how cute he is, you guys. Are you tired? You're tired, boy. Mwah. Mwah. You tired? Yeah, it was hard work. So it was a pretty good ride, but I'm tired now, and he's gonna go get walked around to get cooled off. And then he has a farrier appointment. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to scroll down, hit that thumbs up button, and subscribe for more videos like this one. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye!